Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with a video that I've been wanting to participate in, and I think it'll be fun and interesting for me to do. It was originally started by Coloring Bumblebee here on YouTube, and I'll leave the link to her channel in the description box below. And ever since I saw her video, and then Jordy Colors and Elm Colors as well participate in this type of video, it has really kind of motivated me to go through my collection and see which books I can participate in. Oh, and I'm missing another channel that I watch also. Axix Fumbles has participated in this. It's open. You don't need to be tagged or anything. You can participate if you want. So everyone started with their mythographic books because originally that's how this started. I'm going to start with Fabiana Attanasio's books because this is the artist that got me back into coloring as an adult, and she is in my top 5 artists of all time, and I own quote unquote a series from her, so I think that it will be fitting for me to go ahead and show what I have for that because I only own 2 mythographics and that's not really much to watch. So excuse my voice. I will say that if I sound a bit hoarse or croaky, I have a sore throat and I'm trying to work with that. So hopefully without further ado, I will go ahead and get into the video. Oh, before I do, actually, the point of this video is to rank and rate within the series that an artist has. So this is all based on my subjective opinion. I'm not saying one is better than the other. It's just based on all my preferences. And I will also say that I will be looking at my completed pages, and I will choose uncolored favorites as well, and I have flagged them all. So that's pretty much the point of the video. So I hope you enjoy, and let me stop my chit chat and we will go ahead and get into the video. Coming in 6th place will be Peter Pan, and I actually purchased this as my second Fabiana Attanasio book a couple of weeks after I purchased the first one. So Peter Pan is my least favorite just because honestly I know of the story, but I'm just not that familiar, and it's just not my favorite, even though the pictures are still lovely. So I've done that little one in the back. I'm gonna use my scratch paper. I've done this one, and this was a buddy color with Coloring F. I really enjoyed coloring this one, and I love that the glitter is still sparkly after all these years because y'all, this picture is so old. What else have I done? I've done this one, and I have fond memories of this one because this was a buddy color with Coloring F and Coloring Chat with Sammy. Really, when I first met Coloring Chat with Sammy, because she reached out to me and asked, did I want a buddy color on this page? And I said, of course. So the glitter is still glittering after all these years for this one as well. And these are pretty early on in my coloring journey, as I've mentioned when I purchased this book, like fairly early on in my coloring journey. And you can kind of tell when you look at the pictures. So I've done quite a few in here. So this one I've done within the past couple of years, and I really enjoyed this page, and I had actually written this off as one I would never finish because I thought I messed up on Tinkerbell's skin, and I had to come back and kind of fix it. So it's kind of messed up, but it's not. But I really enjoyed coloring this one when I did get back to it, and I'm happy that I finished it. And she has some Wink of Stella on her wings, if you can even see that, but it might be kind of old now, so you can't see that. But the stickles are still bright, so is the glitter. And funnily enough, I really enjoyed creating this tree bark texture, if you can see that. That was actually fun to do. So I've done this double page spread, and often I find that I do a lot of Fabiana's double page spreads because I just love them. I don't know what it is, but I do. And then I remember this was early on in my coloring journey, obviously, like I've stated before, but this was when I started to give Peter Pan tights, because I was like, doesn't he wear tights? Because at first I think I was just coloring his legs skin colors. Here's this one. I think this has glitter on it. I think I put glitter on pretty much like some type of way every page. So I'm glad to see that all these things are still super sparkly, because that's always fun. I absolutely love this double page spread, and I was inspired by someone on Pinterest to color mine a bit similar to theirs, but not quite. And I cannot remember who the colorist was because I always want to be able to give them credit for inspiring me for that page. So I've done this one. Hopefully you can see the silver on her wings, the silver gel pen. done this one. And I think I've done like maybe 1 or 2 more coming up here toward the front. This one, I've done this one kind of recently as well, within the last couple of years. And it has a lot of glitter gel pen, little sparkly bits on there. So cute. Oh, and I've done that one as well. So now, to go on with my favorites that's in the book, I'm going to start from the back again, because this one is one of my favorites, but I just marked it with this page. I didn't want to let it get dirty. As you can see, this has rubbed off, so I keep that there. That's one of my favorites. I really like that picture. I've always admired that one and want to go back and color it one day. So I have these flagged. So my next favorite is this one here of Captain Hook. Now, everyone and their great-grandmother has colored this page, but I have been saving it and putting it off for years. I don't know why. At first, it was because I thought my skills weren't that great, so I was saving it for when my skills got better. And I think that I can pretty much do what I want to do with this page now, but I just still save it for some reason. So I have that one as a favorite. This is a favorite as well. Absolutely love this one. I do not know this character's name, but Coloring F has done a wonderful job with this page, and it just always inspires me to look at hers when I think I'm ready to color this, but I'm not quite ready, I don't think. Just saving it because I just love these pages so much. So another favorite of mine will be this pirate page here. I've always admired this page as well, and it just makes me smile because it's like you can kind of create a story of which pirates are thinking which things, I don't know, and then like they're just expressions and stuff is just so cool. And I've seen a really awesome version of this color on Instagram before as well, like some years ago. Another favorite of mine would be, if I can grab the page, would be this one, opposite to one I've colored already. I just love this page. I don't know what it is, but I have put this in my mind and on my radar to color so much. It's already colored in my mind. But yeah, I just absolutely love this page. I don't know what it is about it, but I really, really admire that page. And then lastly, I have this Tinkerbell page. Everyone has done this one as well, I feel like, as far as this book goes, because I've seen so many different versions of this page. And it's just her expression, I think. Her little disappointment or upset temperament that is just being displayed, or annoyed or frustrated or whatever. I just love it. And yeah, at first I didn't color it because a lot of people had colored it already. And, you know, certain things just stick in your mind and you want it to be your own when you touch a page, I feel like, at least for me. So that was the first reason I didn't color it. But now I think pretty much that's gone, and I can go ahead and get on with this page, but I just don't reach forward to color it because it's like all of my favorite pages that I have that aren't colored, they're my favorites. So it's like I want to preserve them for some reason, and I'm like, what am I waiting for? I don't know, because I'm sure I will love them even more once I color them, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks that way. But like I said, this is coming in 6th place, Peter Pan, and we can go on to 5th place. So my 5th place would be Snow White, and it's 5th place because I do like the illustrations in this book, but it's just not, there just aren't as many of my favorite pages in this one as the other books that you'll see that I've ranked higher up. But this is a whip that I did years and years and years and years and years, many moons ago, y'all, and I have still not come back to this page because I guess I just don't like it. Really, the only thing that I'm looking at it right now I like on this page is the cake. And, you know, when I first started it, I'm sure I liked it, but, you know, I am like the wind. My mind and opinion changes about pages that I like pretty much every day. Like other people have done this, said, ask me tomorrow, I may have a different answer, I may have different favorites. But here's one that I've done, this double page spread. I really do like this one because of I think this was like some type of gold Sharpie pen or something that I did. And those who know me well from the channel know that I despise coloring florals and flowers and leaves and grass and trees. So anything I can do to help expedite that process or decrease my pain of the repetition of coloring them, I try to do so. So I used paint on these and made them black, and it all happened by mishap because originally I was going to color these and I think I messed up or didn't like what I did. So then I just came in with black paint because it just fit the picture, because I was like, she's sleeping and so the forest is dead, and until she awakens, you know, everything will get its color back. That's the story I made up. to excuse my impatience of wanting to color these flowers. And so I did draw in some grass bits as well in the page. And yeah, I just pretty much just enjoy coloring the people and the clothes. Another one that I've done in this book is this one here. It's not that much to take a gander at, but it's here. I have another whip in this book, which is the food page, which I have been contemplating of coming back to color, y'all, because y'all know I love to color food, so I may have to erase some things out to make this work. And this like god awful green, what did I pick that as a background for? I do not know, but I think this is like chalk pastel, so I don't know. It can be salvaged for sure if I'm in the mood to color it, come back and color it. This one has been done recently, within the past couple of years, and I really like this one. This would count as one of my favorites, but I've already colored it, and I just absolutely love this picture because I think it just, first of all, how Fabiana drew it, it displays a lot of action and emotion, and you could just tell. But then how I've colored it, and I think the color palette that I've chosen really also communicates like what's going on in the page. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed coloring this, and I think it shows. And there is a lot of glitter stickles on this page because why not, and I love to do so. So yeah, and I think majority of this was colored with Inktense and a super tip marker base with pencils on top, and of course just straight pencils. And I think the background is some type of watercolor, or it might be gouache, I'm not sure. But yeah, really enjoy this page. And then I think that's all I've colored except this one in the front right here. And I never colored this side because, it just doesn't interest me. So I just focused on this side and pretended it was not a double page spread. And the entire time that I colored this picture, I did not realize that this is Snow White's mom and that she was with child in this page. It did not dawn on me until like way after I colored this page, and I noticed that. And I really like the curtain, and I really like how I did her hair because I used a watercolor base, a blue, and then went over with pencil. So I still like that. No, I still like how that looks. I said how like that in my mind. I still like how that looks all these years later, and I always enjoy seeing how glittery the glitter still is, because this is so old. So this comes in 5th place. 4th place, I have Cinderella, and I really do enjoy the illustrations in this book, but it's ranked where it's ranked. So in Cinderella, I have done some pages, I'm sure, and I've actually forgot that I've colored some of these things. So this was the first page that I colored in this book, and actually way back many moons ago on YouTube, this was the very first video that I did a coloring chat on before I deleted my older videos. So I definitely have that fondness of memory when I look at this page. And I have to always just point out, annoyingly so, that the glitter is still glittery. But yeah, I really enjoyed this page, and I can remember kind of some of the things that I talked about in that first video, strangely enough, from looking at that page. So here's a double page spread, and again, I know for sure this was a buddy color with my bestie Coloring F, and I really enjoyed this page. And my only disappointment with it was that when I colored it, I colored the shrubbery to be dark like nighttime, but then I made the sky the wrong color after the fact, and I didn't realize that. So then I made up a story that the fireworks are lighting up the sky, and so that's why it's the wrong color, because I was supposed to do everything so much darker. But I really enjoyed trying to make the columns look marble and the stonework look marble with my pencils, because I looked up so many different types of marble that I did not know existed, and yeah, tried to kind of duplicate those effects on the marble. And then I don't know why I went with a black and white floor, because now all it reminds me of is a composition notebook, but it's there. And I love my clock, and I really love her dress, the effect that I was able to do on her dress, because I think I used a base of super tip marker, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember correctly. And then I love creating texture in clothes, and so I felt like I was really successful at doing that on this page. And I just love like the fabrics, they just look so rich. I don't know, it's always fun for me to be able to achieve that, and I've done this like years ago actually. So another one that I've done, I think I have a couple more, is this one here. I don't know what I was doing this day. I just wanted to put some color on a page really quick and use glitter pens, and so that's what I did. And so yeah, it is not too much shading and depth going on in this page at all, but it's a colored page in the book, and I'm glad that I did it. So here's this one. I still don't know how I achieved this cat texture to this day. That's interesting to me because I struggle a lot and with fur and things, and I just whipped this out that day, and it looks kind of cute still. I think her hair is a mess though, because I think I messed her hair up originally trying to do some type of thing. I don't know, because I used to always try so many different things when I first started coloring, and I was so fearless, and I would just do whatever I wanted, and if it worked out, it worked out, and if it didn't, oh well. And I don't do that now, and I need to try to regain that. But anyway, I said all that just to say that I think I had messed up her hair, or it wasn't to my liking at that time. And then I went over her hair with some gouache or something, and it made the pencil really hard to go back on top because it's shiny finish, not matte, and her hair looks kind of harried, I'll say, but I think that kind of fits because she's Cinderella and she, does chores all day, so that's how that came out. And yeah, I still do like that one though. It's cute. So I've done another double page spread. As I said, I love Fabiana double page spreads, and I coined a terminology when I did this page, calling pages that take me forever a Cinderella page, because this picture, when I colored it at the time, took all 4 of the evers. But I still enjoyed the process and enjoyed the outcome. And I tried so many times to try to draw the sister's reflection in the mirror, and then I just got frustrated and gave up and was like, it's just a frosted mirror, so she's not going to have her complete reflection in it. And it's so funny, I remember that. And then I remember doing the dry paintbrush technique on this back wall because I just wanted to give it some interest, because it's so much open space on this page. Fabiana does have that in these books where it's a lot of open spaces and you have to figure out what to do. So that's what I did for that. And then I drew like a lot of these patterns on Cinderella. I drew the lace up in the back of her dress, I remember. And then I drew this pattern on this part of her dress because Fabiana had already, I think, made this bit black. So I went ahead and made this bit black and then just kind of followed the flower pattern that she had already drawn. So this page was a lot of fun, even though it frustrated me, and I call things a Cinderella page because of that. This one was done recently within these past couple of years, and I really like this one. And I think I've told this story at the time when I shared this page on a completed pages video, that my mom said they look like aliens when I first started coloring it, and it turned me off from the page, and I let it sit for like probably a couple of years before I went back and tried to finish working on it. But I like the outcome, and I'm proud that I actually finished this because I was determined in that year to not have so many whips, which I never really did. But the ones that I did have, I really wanted to show them some love and finish it. And this was a part of that. So I'm really glad that I went back to finish it. And I drew this pattern on this back wall to kind of match what Fabiana had done in the windows a little bit. And yeah, that's that one. Another one that I've done is a buddy color with Coloring F and Coloring Chat with Sammy. I distinctly remember that we all did this page, and I love that I made my little cake a carrot cake. So fun. And I think that's all that I have colored, because I don't have, oh wait, I'm lying, I have one more in the front here that I did. Oh, this was a buddy color with Coloring F, I remember as well, and we did this one, and I used gouache on the pumpkins. And it's also the same page in the back of the book, but it just has a black background as compared to this one, which was white, and then you could do what you want in the front. So as for the pages that are my favorites that are uncolored, this one has always stuck in my mind to do. I absolutely adore this page. I just like to come and stare at it, to be honest, because I just make up all stories in my head about what everyone's thinking and saying as they are together in the ball. And then Fabiana just has this just cute, adorable way of drawing their little eyes, and he looks so enamored with her, like it's so cute. I just love this page so much. And I did get a bit of blue in here, but I think that'll be easily covered up. But this is absolutely one of my all-time favorite pages in this book that I think of often, actually, and I really should just come and color it. I don't know why I don't, but again, like I just said earlier, I like to just save my pages for some reason. So I've got some pencil there. Hopefully that'll come off, or paint or something, because I'm clumsy, y'all. I get stuff everywhere. But anyway, here's another favorite of mine, which, surprise, is a double page spread. I don't know what it is with Fabiana and her double page spreads, but same as the previous picture that is my favorite, I make up all types of stories about what everyone's thinking and saying, and she is just pissed. They all live it, okay? And I absolutely love this page. I really want to dive in and color this page, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, he's clearly sauced and reminds me of George Washington. I don't know why, but he does. Anyway, another uncolored page that's a favorite of mine is this one, actually, but I didn't tag it, but that's one of them. Another one would be the Fairy Godmother. Absolutely love this page. This is on my radar to color, hopefully soon, because I really want to get to this page. I've always admired that page and think it'll look so cute colored. I don't have a color scheme or anything in mind, but I do want to go ahead and get my page together there. These two are favorites of mine. Always loved the Evil Stepmom. Want to color her, and I've always loved this one, and my bestie has colored a great version of this page, and I absolutely love hers, but I just like the action you can tell that's going on this page, even though it's a mean, act that's going on. I like how it's drawn. And do I have any more favorites in here? No, y'all. I think that's it for my favorites. Let me check. Yep. So that was Cinderella. Okay, third, I have The Wizard of Oz. Again, y'all, excuse my voice. I don't know what's going on, but I actually am thankful for this because a watcher of my channel at the time, I don't know if they still watch my channel, but they sent me The Wizard of Oz because honestly, I did not like this book when it first came out. I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it. But now it's like one of my favorites of hers, and I don't have the Jungle Book. I'm missing that one, and I don't know if I'm missing another one. Pinocchio. I don't have Pinocchio, and I don't have... Is Hansel and Gretel one? I do want Hansel and Gretel, and I do want the Jungle Book. I need to be on the lookout for those, but yeah, this is The Wizard of Oz. This is what, third we are at, and I absolutely love The Wizard of Oz, and I'm so grateful, and thank you a million times to the subscriber that sent me this, and they know that I'm grateful. So, oh, I kind of messed up. I'm showing you a favorite. So this is a favorite. So remember that when I go through my favorites. This is a favorite, a double page spread. And I just love that Toto is just so happily running through the field. So happy to be reunited with the fam. But let's go to my colored pages first. This double page spread is done as a color along on the channel. I think I colored this entire page on the channel, y'all. So I go through each section, and the skin is actually done with polychromos pencils, and you can follow if you just want to know how to color skin, because it's a popular subject for people. But yeah, I absolutely love this page. I had so much fun playing in paint. I believe it was acrylic paint, or it might have been gouache that I used to color this page. I always have fun playing in paint, just in general in life. I don't know what it is. I just love it. And I love how Toto looks so cute. And I really cannot believe how I took my time and achieved that fur. And then I love how I did the no signal on the TVs. I love the texture in the wizard's clothes that I was able to achieve. His ermine collar that I did. And then his pocket square and the pattern that he has on his clothing. And I put glossy accents on the buttons and his glasses, and drew a little magic coming out the room. It's just, I put a lot of thought into this page, clearly, and I think that it shows because I can tell that I had fun on this page, and it's just proven from me keep gabbing about it. So anyway, I think I have like 1 or 2 more pages that I've colored in here. So I've colored this as well. Some of this is colored on the channel as a coloring chat from back in the day if you want to see whatever part I colored in it. Not the entire page, but some of it, I think. And then I love I was about to call her Alice. I love Dorothy's little washi tape dress that I did. I think that's cute. And I think that's all I've colored in here. Even though it's one of my favorites, I have not colored that many. I think I'm missing a page. I am. Yeah. So this was a buddy color with Coloring F. I probably said that a million times. But yeah, really enjoyed this page. And I really enjoyed coloring the pattern on Dorothy's dress. And there is glossy accents and stickles and glitter on this page as well. And we will get to my favorites. So I showed the double page spread. That's one of my uncolored favorites. I don't know, is it Glinda? I don't know, y'all. I'm not that familiar with Wizard of Oz story. I know of it, but and I never read it, the novel, but I think this is Glinda, and this is one of my favorite pages. I've seen an amazing version of this colored by someone. They have a channel. I don't know if it's I'm not even going to try to think right now because I'm unwell and I'm really not going to know what name of the channel it is. But they did an amazing version of this page that still sticks in my mind when I look at this page. This one is a favorite of mine, and I've come so close to actually putting color on this page, and I just haven't done it yet. But I just absolutely love it. It just has so much character in this page, I think, with just how she's drawing it. I think it's adorable. This is a favorite of mine, of course, and everybody and their great-grandma colored this page as well. When this book came out, that's all I would see on my feed and on Instagram. And I really do love this page. I've been saving it just because I just want to save it. As we've talked about in this video, I just have a thing about preserving my favorite pages. But I really want to go ahead and color this one because it's absolutely adorable. I kind of do like this page, even though it's random glasses, but it's not that redundant because each goggles or whatever are different. But I'm not that great at coloring gems and crystals. I know someone asked me for a tutorial, but the way I've seen some people color gems and crystals is just out of this world, and I want to be on that level of coloring them, and right now I'm not at that level, and so that's why whomever asked about me doing that, I haven't done it yet, because I keep asking for people to request on the channel what they would like to see me color, and yeah, I'm just not there with my crystals and gems yet to my satisfaction, you know. Anyway, this is a favorite. I just didn't mark it, but I absolutely love this one, and my bestie has colored this one, and it's so adorable. I absolutely love this one as well. I think she's colored this one as well. She's done a lot in this book. It inspires me. I love her versions, but this one is so cute, and everyone's done that one as well. I love the expression on Toto's face. He's like, what's going on? Excuse me, I had to cough. So here is another double page spread I love as well. And I'm not, you know, too excited about having to color, you know, grass and flowers and stuff. But I would love to color the water and then, of course, Dorothy and Toto and everything. But that's adorable. And I think that pretty much comes to the end of my favorite pages. Yeah. That's the end of my favorite pages. I do have one more that I did not mark. Let's see if I can find it really quickly. Hopefully not to the annoyance of people because I didn't flag it. I do like that one. And I do love this double page spread as well that I didn't mark. But it's one when she's at the sewing machine for sure. Yeah, this one. And I kind of got paint on it from the other side, but I think that's easily fixed. And yeah, this is another one of my favorites that it's just so cute. I just love it. Okay, so now we can move on to my number 2 ranking. Here in second place, I have Beauty and the Beast, and I have the Italian version that I ordered from Book Depository back in the day because I could not get the English version, and this was the first and only book that I've ever pre-ordered in my life. So yeah, I have Beauty and the Beast, and I've done a couple in here. So I've done this double page spread, technically just the one page because I just didn't feel like coloring that castle. And I used a lot of gouache or acrylic paint for the roses and stuff because, you know, any way I can make my life easier with coloring that stuff, I'll do it. And so I did for that. But I do like this page, and she has some gold pen on her, and I think the prince does as well. But yeah, I really do like that page, just that first half that I felt like coloring. I think, you know, my coloring is very limited in this one, even though it's my second favorite of Fabiana's in this series. This one I've done, and I'm proud of myself for just even coming back to color this page because it was a whip that sat for years with just this cake colored and this pear, and then I finally came back and colored the rest of the page. And it has a lot of gold gouache on it that I went ahead and colored with some pencil on top to deepen the shadows and, you know, add some depth to things. But yeah, overall, I'm just happy that I just came back to color this page. And my favorite thing on the page is the bread because it looks really good, and the apple. And the breadsticks. It's just, I don't know. I just, you know, y'all know I love to color food. And then I believe lastly that I have this page, which was another Buddy Color with You Know Who and Coloring F. And yeah, we did this one many moons ago. And I just wanted to play with either watercolor or I want to say ink tints, really. I think this was ink tints that I did the mountains and everything with because, first of all, ain't nobody got time for this. This is too much open space to be doing with pencil. And I just wanted to play and see what kind of different textures with the paintbrush that I had I could create in the grass, which weren't very many, but, you know, it looks kind of varied. I don't know. But yeah, this was this page, and I think that is all of the pages that I've colored in here because in my mind, I've colored a bunch. But in actuality, reality, I have not. So some of my favorites are, surprise, surprise, this double page spread here. And I actually know what I'm going to do with beach. I said in my head just now, beach. Beast. I know what I'm going to do with Beast's cape here, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. But y'all already know what's putting me off. It's these flowers and these trees. Like, what even is this? Like, why I just put 2 bushes? I don't even understand. Like, this is cool to me. Like, you could make this wisteria or whatever. You know, you could even make this, green. But in my mind, clearly I'm going with wisteria. But yeah, it's just too much. It's too much, and ain't nobody got time. So, like, because I don't even like how these are drawn. And of course, I could paint my own thing in here, and I think more and more that's probably what's going to end up happening when I get to this page. But I love it. I do. But it's just too much going on with that grass and trees and plants and all that going on. This is absolutely one of my favorite pages in this book. I think about it all the time when I'm ready to color. And I already have some type of vision. Don't know. It could change, I'm a waffle. But I really, really enjoy this page. And I've almost come close to finally coloring it a couple of times. But again, I've put it off. Here are 2. Both of these are favorites of mine. Love this one. And it's fairly simple, and it can be quick because I'm going to glitter this up. I already know in my mind. Really like that one. And she just looks so scared. I don't know. Just so trepidatious with this page. And then here, really love this one. And a lot of people have colored this one. A lot of people have colored this one as well on Instagram. But I love these 2 pages. And I think I'm missing a page that I've colored, y'all. Hold on. It's yellow. I'm thinking yellow in my mind. I'm like, where is that page? Oh, this is a favorite of mine as well. I've seen a great version of that color. I am missing a page that I have colored because I wrote the song lyrics of the song. Here we go. I colored this one. And this was years and years ago, and this was a buddy color with Coloring Chat with Sammy, but unfortunately she didn't get to finish hers because her book was a bad copy. And of course with Coloring F. And we completed this one. And I really was creative in putting the song lyrics on the page because I thought, I don't know how I thought of that. I just did it. I don't know. But yeah, and I think this was my first time doing fur or trying to do fur with polychromos. It doesn't look that great, but at the time I thought it was the bee's knees. Okay, so we can go ahead and move on to number 1. So, number 1 should be no surprise. It is Alice in Wonderland. So, yes, I have 2 copies of this book. This is my original copy. As you can see, it is very well loved and very much colored in. And then a couple of years later, I bought a second copy because this is my absolute favorite book of Fabiana Attanasio's in this series. And I think it is a bit biased because, again, I started my adult coloring journey with Fabiana Attanasio and in this book. So I'm going to go ahead and show this first book here of what I colored because I've colored a lot. Okay, a lot. Extra T's. Okay, so here is a page that is one of my favorites. I absolutely loved every millisecond of coloring this page, y'all. I had so much fun, and I love the different variety of cakes that I made, the different chocolates that I think, in my mind that I thought of to create on this page. And yes, it's a bit of glitter, I think, on here, on some of these doilies or whatever these things are called. And yeah, absolutely love the end result of this page. It's one of my favorite pages I've ever colored, y'all. And even though this was like at the beginning of my coloring journey, I love it. This is a page that is just so funny because it just makes me laugh. I don't know. Anyway, I used some Crayola on here because when I first got this book, I was coloring with a small set of Prismas and some Crayola colored pencils. My mom's colored pencils, actually, because she would color at work. And yeah, I used Crayolas because I think they had some colors that I liked. And this was me first trying to learn to blend with my Prismacolors as well. So that's that page. Here's this one. This one is a cutie, and it still has the glitter on it after all these years. And I'm so glad that I get to color all these pictures that I've colored all over because I have a second copy. Because a lot of the pages that can be my favorites, I've colored already. I do like this shrimp page, even though it's weird, but... So here's what I've done. We won't speak of it because I think it's just absolutely just egregious. I don't know what was going on there. Here's a double page spread that I really enjoy, that I colored, because it's just so vibrant. Even like after all these years, it's so vibrant. And this is an absolute all-time favorite color page of mine, because I really gave her like the Elizabethan pale skin, and I drew so much extras on this page, and I really made my own stencil to do this background, this kind of heart background, and really put thought into it. And yeah, I just really enjoyed coloring this page, and I'm happy I get to color it over again. But I honestly just like this one. I don't want to color it over because I just appreciate this one so much that I did. But I know I can do the gold like a billion times better. But I don't think I'm going to have a better idea than what I executed on this page for what I did at the time. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell, right? Time will tell, Lord willing. Okay, so here's one that I've done. And I did a lot of this with Crayola colored pencils as well. Oh, here's one that I've done. Skip this one. I saw this peeking out the corner. I was like, what is that? Forgot I did this one. Wow, this is taking me back and so random. Yeah, forgot I did that one. But yeah, this was another double pager that I did a lot with Crayola as well. But this was me trying to start to learn to blend my prisms as well, because I mixed the pencil brands on this page. And we have this one that I've done, and I always laugh because I never colored the baby's hand right here. I think at the time I was just rushing to get it done, and back in the day I used to think that I had to finish a page in one day. It didn't matter if it was a double page spread, it didn't matter how detailed it was. It was like, no, I have to finish this today. And yeah, I overlooked some things, but I really like how I was starting to do my blends with my prisms. I was learning, y'all. I was learning. Okay, so we have this one, which is a favorite all time of mine that I've colored, even though it's earlier in my coloring journey. This caterpillar took eons, and I used a super tip, Crayola super tip base for a lot of this page, and especially the caterpillar. Oh my gosh, tongue twister. Yeah, but I added a lot of the polka dots. Actually, I think all of the polka dots on her dress, because I thought it was cute. I used to like to make Alice's dress look different each time I color her, which I think I will continue to do. And then this one here, Crayola as well. And then I have this one, and I ripped the page out, which is another reason why I wanted a copy of this book, because I'll let you know the page that I was doing some stuff on that ain't work out, y'all, and I had to get rid of it because paint got everywhere. But yeah, I have done this rabbit, which I do look forward to doing over, because when I do next color this, my idea today at this time in 2025 is to make my rabbit look like this is a portrait and make it look vintage in all browns and sepias and stuff. That's what I want to do on my other copy, but you know, like I said, I changed with the wind, so who even knows. I thought I had a key or something color. I do. I have a key color here, and yes, my book is very well loved, and the page is folding out in the front. So yes, I have done quite a lot in this book, y'all. I'm trying to make sure, but I don't think I missed anything. If memory serves me right, which so often it does not, but I think that I definitely showed y'all, yeah, all that I've colored in this one. But in my newer copy, I have a page completed in here, which is a double page spread. And this was a whip for forever, because at the time I had just colored the frog, and I just was confounded what to do with this page because the animals and everything, and I just put it off. And I ended up using gouache actually to color the dodo and this goose duck. I don't know, y'all. And of course it's glittery and stickled down like there's no tomorrow, because why not? And absolutely love this page because, like I said in the Snow White, I believe, I could just tell the emotions and everything that's going on this page and the action, and it just looks so cool. Like the cars are like swirling and stuff. And yeah, this is like one of my all-time favorite color pages too, even though I did it like kind of back in the day. A couple years now it has been since I've done that. But my favorite pages that are uncolored are, this is one, but I did not mark it. And then a lot of mine, this was a favorite, but you know, I colored that already. But a lot of mine were colored, like I said, because they were my favorites and I just dove in at the time. But this is another favorite uncolored page because it's just, he's telling her woes, his woes, her woes, I don't know. He's telling Alice, and like, he just looks mad, like upset. And she's just listening. I don't know really what's going on in the story, y'all. I only watched Alice in Wonderland once in my whole life, a couple of years ago, actually. But I just have this love of Alice in Wonderland imagery, which I'm sure a lot of people around the world do, because the story is just nuts to me. It's so crazy. I've never read it. I'm just talking about the movie. Nuts. And then I do like the Tim Burton kind of with Johnny Depp retellings of the Alice in Wonderland situation. I do like those movies, and I actually saw one in 3D. It gave me a headache. I hate 3D. But anyway, I just love the imagery of Alice in Wonderland, and I think I do like the story because essentially it's about, you know, making your own path and being creative and all that stuff. To me, anyway, and I think that resonates with me. So yeah, love this. This double page spread, my mom has actually suggested that I color before, and I haven't done it, but I do like this page because I just like all the little things that are coming out of the hat. And I just realized this day, y'all, that this is a lemon. Never looked at it this whole time and knew that this was a lemon. I thought it was a flower. But because this is Alice in Wonderland, couldn't it be like a flower lemon? Like, you know, because Alice is, you know, the land is weird. But I do like this page, and it's a favorite of mine that is uncolored. My book is yellowing, and I haven't done anything particular that I can think of to it, but I think it's what they treat the paper with that makes the paper yellow, because a lot of my books have yellowed around the edges, but they're old. They're from like 2017. But I think it is what they treat the paper with, 100%. I could be wrong though. But these two pages, I don't think I'll ever color simply because they're just weird on the left, and then this one on the right is just not interesting at all to me. But anyway, we have this double page spread. This is one that is my favorite. One of my favorites uncolored, but I just didn't mark it. But it's like I like it, but y'all already know it's these flowers. And then he's throwing up a flower, so I'm just like, what's going on there? I don't know. It's strange. I'm just checking. I do like this one. This was one of my favorites as well, this double page spread, but I just did not mark it. Okay, so we are coming up on, I think I missed showing this in the last one. Hold on. I may have done, but I don't remember, y'all. But I'm pretty sure that I have colored that one. I did. I don't know if I showed y'all this, but I did color this one in my first copy. I don't know, y'all. I'm unwell. I can't even remember like 10 seconds ago. So I'm just showing you that in case I missed out on showing you the first time. I do like this key page, even though it's so just, you know, not interesting. But I like this key layout page, and it is technically kind of one of my favorites in the book. But so this is the page that I ripped out in my first copy. So what had happened was, so see in this one, it's the rabbit because this page is gone. So what had happened was, I was playing around with paint, trying to make this look cool with some marbling and swirls and stuff, and like the paint was so thick and got everywhere and ruined everything and went to this page. I just went ahead and tore it out because I couldn't look at it, and then it would be like I put so much paint, it was so thick. Like coloring would have been bad, trying to color. And at the time, I didn't believe in buying second copies of books because I was like, I'm not ever going to want to color the same page twice. You grow as a person. That's the lesson of this story. So years later, when I bought the second copy, I was like, I didn't even have to tear that page out because I had another copy now. But I did have to tear it out because it was a mess. Let's just leave it at that. But anyway, this is one of the all-time favorite pages in my book, and I'm glad that I did get this copy because I get to actually color it and enjoy it. And yeah, I absolutely adore this page. Everyone has done this one as well when I was on Instagram and things, but I saved it. Don't know why I'm still saving it because I think of it often. And I've seen some cool things been done with this page, like with rainbow colors in the background. Cool. I want to make like cool dirt texture. I don't know. We'll see, y'all. Today, that's how I feel. You know, tomorrow and whenever I get to color it is a different story. And yeah, this is a favorite of mine, but I colored it in the other book. But yeah, I do really like that picture. So yeah, y'all, we have made it to the end. So hopefully you have enjoyed looking at my Fabiana Attanasio collection of these tails, because I do have her PDFs, a lot of her PDFs, but I don't think they can count because that's not a series. So, again, I thank Coloring Bumblebee for creating this lovely series, and I do intend to do more. Please let me know if you would like to see more, and you can suggest series if you want me to go through. But I have an idea of some artists that I want to go ahead and tackle that's in my collection. But you could suggest, and I'll let you know if I have that or not. So, thank you again for Coloring Bumblebee for making this tag. I will leave the link to her original video in the description box below. I have enjoyed watching those who have participated. Again, it is open. You can participate. You don't need to be tagged or anything. And I think Coloring Bumblebee has just mentioned just tag her because she would like to watch if you do participate. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate everyone for sticking around on my channel, even though the content is far and few between these days. I know, y'all. I know the struggle is real, but I am grateful for those who still watch, who still comment, who still like, and to some new subscribers that I have gained under some kind of miracle. I don't even know because I don't post often. Anyway, if you've made it to the end of the video, leave a crayon emoji in the comments. And I love to hear any feedback that you have or any comments that you would like to make, because I do like to read them and interact with everyone. Stay safe out here, y'all. And I'll see you in my next video.